Hey, and welcome to Stay at Home Time with Robin and African Payment Solutions. And today I thought I'd chat about, just to give you a high level of the evolving payments scenario, some indications into the future, how things are transforming from an African payment perspective. We've been doing quite a bit of research around traditional and future payment methods, the monologue, analog, and digital. And so where we are now is pretty much card and mobile. So Nigeria, Kenya, South Africa are the main hubs. So Nigeria is mainly card and bank transfer. Kenya is mainly M-Pesa and some card. And South Africa is a relatively well-developed card market. So what's happening across the rest of the continent is that there's a number of mobile monies. So the big initiative at the moment is to create interoperability. It's to be able to knit these payment methods together, make it nice and easy and seamless, to be able to just transfer node to node, whether that's a P2P or a B2B or a B2C, C2B. So however it is that the payment actually can move across different service providers. So that's a big initiative. There's a lot of going on, Moja Loop and Mawali and so on. Some development foundations developing possibilities with that. And then I'm going to move to lots of talk about central bank digital currencies. With blockchain, don't have to be on the blockchain, but with private blockchains now, we see the possibility of governments being able to digitize their fiat effectively, and it gives them a lot more control in terms of making people pay their tax with it. It means that they, instead of having negative interest rates, they can give a haircut effectively to the population. It gives them more financial fiscal control, and possibly also by linking these systems together cross-border would become a lot easier. And central bank digital currencies are actually perfect for Africa, even though they are centralized, which is not your libertarian view, which is everybody's promoting decentralization. But they would force adoption of a digital currency if the governments were to say, listen, you've got to pay your taxes, you've got to pay your licenses and things with a digital currency, and minimize the use of cash or eliminate over a period of time, as was done in India. Then from a crypto perspective, there is a lot of Bitcoin holding across Africa, particularly Nigeria and South Africa. And Bitcoin with the Lightning Network, it's sort of slow to roll out. It's probably being experimented more in the developed markets, but there's certainly a lot of activity happening in terms of the usability and user-friendliness of it for payments. So Bitcoin and Lightning Network is a forerunner. And then there's other coins which are Lone Rangers, Monero, Dash, MakerDAO with their DAI. And then for Rails, we've got XRP, which is from Ripple, and they are doing a lot of facilitation of instant bank transfers between the banks. They're kind of a wholesale coin or wholesale initiative. And then Stellar, which was by the same founder of XRP, who is doing and funding some initiatives for payments and to get consumer adoption across Africa. And then stablecoins. So I've done a full article on this, so you would be able to go and read more about it there. But stablecoins were a perfect way to transition, where effectively private parties are digitizing currencies and baskets of assets to provide instant cross-border transfers, and to be able to for consumers to be able to shelter themselves from the volatility of fiat. For instance, a Nigerian could hold money in a digital dollar. But then the EU has just come out with some laws in terms of that, so that's likely to be very restricted. And then we're talking all about lubricating the fiat on and off ramps. I think this is what's going to be the next 5 or 10 years, is going to be all about how to grease the wheels of fiat on and off ramps, to bridge between digital currency and traditional payment methods, being able to fund and a crypto account, and then to be able to get money off the crypto into fiat. So that's all from me today. If you're looking for us at African Payment Solutions to be able to get you paid at the checkout, go to africanpaymentsolutions.com and send us a note, and we'll get back to you as soon as humanly possible. Have a wonderful day. We'll chat again tomorrow.